record. There we go. All right, guys, welcome everyone to our Tuesday night Zoom training. I am really excited because we have a very special guest with us. When we went to our Jules training in Atlanta, I was just so touched by Jenifer and everything she had to say and her entire spirit and everything about her. So I felt like she would just be someone great to have on the call to just share with you some of her story and her background and some things that she feels might be motivating to you. And so I just want to give a big warm welcome to Diamond Ambassador Jenifer Leath. And Jenifer is from a town called Lebanon, Tennessee, outside of Nashville. She is a homeschool mom of 4 kids, leads a very busy life, but she has still managed to grow this amazing Plexus business. So welcome, Jenifer.
Thank you. And I've been excited about this because I feel like you're my kind of people. You know what I mean? We're the same kind of people.
Yes,
so it's nice to be in good company. I'm very excited to talk to you guys. Yes, I am from Lebanon, Tennessee. If you're from here, you can't say any of the vowels, really. You're not allowed. So it's Lebanon. And I've been a Diamond Ambassador since April of 2015, so almost a year, which is crazy. And I do have 4 kids. I do homeschool. It's been quite the juggling act, but it's worth it, absolutely worth it. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, Aaron said to share my story. And I thought about it, and I thought, well, my story's fun. I love my story, but it's not really any better or different than anyone else's. And it got me thinking about how everyone's story matters. So this Thursday night, I'm doing a team-wide online Facebook educational event. And I was just going to post everything myself and just have all of my team come on. And I realized that I really don't need to do that. I need to have everybody on that party, as many different people posting as possible. Why? Because every voice is different. Every way that we share the products is different. And we all are going to touch and appeal to a different people group. So I hope that my story matters to somebody, and I hope that it encourages you that your story is so important. Your story is meant to lift up, edify someone else. So all you have to do is open your mouth and feel confident that your story matters. So here's how Plexus came to be for me. About 2.5 years ago, I saw Suzanne Clinton. She was posting on Facebook about how she no longer wanted diet drinks and she was no longer taking naps every day. Well, I did a mission trip with her in Mexico about 15, 16 years prior. Knew her for 1 week out of my life, and we never spoke again. And I happened to find her on Facebook. And it goes to show you just how important friendships and relationships and even chance meetings are. People that you meet now, even if you only know them for a few days, maybe you do a retreat with them, or maybe it's the same person you see at the grocery store. What's to say in 5 years or 10 years if that person doesn't join you on your Plexus journey? Just like I joined Suzanne. So for about 6 months, I watched her, and I actually blocked her on Facebook for a while. That's a true story. And it had to do with my own issues, not with her. And partially, I thought I couldn't afford it. Partially, I might have been a little bit jealous. And here I was, tired all the time, overweight, kind of struggling financially, to say it lightly. My husband worked really hard, but never really made very much money, and I was committed to staying home with our kids. So it made life interesting, very interesting. And here comes Plexus, and finally my mother-in-law gives us money for our anniversary. And I just decide I'm going to invest it in Plexus. The way she portrayed Plexus to me was hope. That's all I thought it was. I didn't understand what it could bring to me, but I just knew that if I wasn't going to feel tired anymore, that would be a good first step. And she told me some things about the business, but I ignored her. She said, you know, if you told your mom, your sister, and your best friend, you'd be silver and you'd make $175. And I thought, okay, but I'm never doing that. Thanks for sharing that with me, but I'm never doing that. And she might have given me more information, but I totally discounted it. But duplication happened in the future. And I teach my team now, every person that says they don't want a business, we feel a little bit worried about saying anything to them about it. But what we're actually doing is robbing from them the future opportunity. So I like to say something like, hey, I know you don't want a business, but it's only fair to you that I tell you if you did sign up 3 people You're going to make $175, which more than covers the investment you made to sign up to be an ambassador to buy at wholesale prices. If you ever think of 3 people, let me know. They're going to say, okay, thanks a lot for that. And they're not going to want to do it, most likely. And then a few weeks in, they're feeling good. Somebody at church says, did you cut your hair? You're looking good. And they think, maybe there is something to this. So then they start thinking, 3 people's not that hard. Maybe I'll just tell my neighbor, my grandma, and my brother. And next thing you know, they're silver, and they get a little taste of what that Plexus paycheck feels like. We have to be patient with people, and we have to give them the amount of information that they need. Know your audience, but don't rob them of an opportunity to know the facts. And so I started my business with fear, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. I was afraid of everything. First of all, I was afraid of putting my weight loss journey out there. What if I failed? It would be so much easier just to not try. Because if I fail, then nobody says you couldn't do it. I just kind of would sabotage myself. But then I thought, no, I'm tired of feeling this way. And this is the easiest thing I've ever done to lose weight. I didn't feel like I was dieting. And it literally came off of my body, literally. Like in 6 months, I had lost 45 pounds. And I felt amazing. And everyone noticed, which was awesome. And then you might think, well, that's nice because I don't have a weight loss story. How am I going to share Plexus if I don't have that? Well, guess what kind of customers I attracted? Weight loss customers. And those are the best, right? They're really awesome and easy to work with. And they're difficult. Weight loss customers are very hard. That's not the kind of customer you want. You want the customer who is struggling with irritable bowel syndrome, starts the ProBio, and they're your customer for life. Those are the customers that you want to attract. Yeah, totally raised the roof, Erin. I'm with you, girl. So here I was living in fear, but loving the products. And I started thinking, okay, maybe I would tell people about it. Like, I'm not going to message them, but maybe I will make a Facebook post about it. Maybe I could be like Suzanne. And I'll be honest, I thought, well, she's tall and skinny and blonde. That's literally what I thought in my head. And I thought, well, maybe that's the only kind of person that's good at this. And that's not true. Every single person is needed for Plexus, everyone. And we all make such an impact because we reach different audiences. And so as I posted on Facebook, I started to get my courage and my strength. And then I bought a Plexus t-shirt. And I thought, I'm going to wear it out to the grocery store. And it terrified me. And I would walk like this, like, okay, somebody just asked me what this is on my shirt. Because I was like, I have to do this. I have to overcome the fear. I have to do it. And if I can say it, then I'll have confidence. And in the future, it will get easier. And I went to convention. And I remember seeing Jen Hawkins and Celeste get on stage. And guys, I'm not someone that thinks I'd be good at that. But I remember having this moment where I thought, I want to do that. And I heard Sarah Marble, she talked and she said that when she went to her first convention, her dad reached back and touched her on her leg and said, one day you're going to be on that stage. You're going to be talking and sharing with people. And as she told that story, I thought, I want everyone to feel as good as I feel, and I want to make a difference, and I want to make a mark, and Plexus is my way. I have a college degree that I haven't ever used and $1 gajillion in student loans. And I love being a mom, but for the first time in my life, every bit of who I am is being used in its best way because of Plexus. It was literally a gift. And so every bit of fear that I have or had, I had to face, conquer with confidence, and do it in a way that people could see. And I didn't know what I was doing, but now I get it. I was actually becoming influential. People want to see something inspirational. They want to be encouraged. They don't want to feel bad. And if you could be that inspiration for them, it's going to take a lot of courage on your part to put your story out there, to really write from the heart on your Facebook posts, to reach out to people in a genuine and meaningful way. Do not be embarrassed. Don't ever think, I hope I'm not bothering people. Because if you feel embarrassed or if you worry that you're bothering them, they sense it. And they start to think maybe they have something to be embarrassed of, or maybe they are bothering me. You will plant those ideas in those people's heads. Instead, you say, hey, I was thinking about you. I'm loving life right now, and I'd love for you to join me. They may say no, but at least you've planted the seed. What is it, 7 exposures before they join you? So it's worthwhile to open your mouth. And maybe you're on the Zoom tonight, and maybe you think, I hope she says something that helps me build my business. Well, there's a myth that knowledge is going to help you build your business. There is no knowledge that I could ever give you that's going to build your business. And then you think, well, maybe she'll tell me how to get more customers. Well, that's a myth, because an entrepreneur, as good as they are, and maybe an amazing salesperson, might really stink at Plexus. I can't help you build relationship, and I can't give you a secret key. But what I can tell you is this: to believe that what you have to say is valuable and to grow as much as you possibly can. The tools are there. Plexus even helps offer those tools at all of our events, convention, and leaders retreat. Debbie Sullivan, one of the trainers, she says, walk around as if you have an invisible compact mirror in your hand and constantly look at yourself and think about, what am I putting out there? How am I sharing things? Who am I? And really become introspective. This is the best personal growth and development thing that I have ever experienced. I thought I was getting products. I did, but what I actually got was personal growth and development. So as you're sitting here on the Zoom, who knows why you came to it? Maybe you just want to make sure you're at every event. Maybe you want to grow your business. Maybe you just love these ladies that you joined in the journey with, and it's something you look forward to connecting. Whatever the reason is, really become introspective and think, how can I become influential? And what do I have to offer other people? And that alone will help you build an incredible business, becoming influential. And I'm sure some of you guys have watched John Maxwell videos or YouTube videos or read his books. He's just incredible. I mean, a magician with words, really. And don't even think of it as just for your Plexus business, because I'll tell you, becoming influential is great for mothers. It's great for wives. It's great in every aspect of your life. So growing as a person is just going to give you an all-around amazing life experience. And we feel guilty sometimes for having a happy life when you see other people not. But Plexus is offering that freedom that so many people desire. The business opportunity is just as valuable as the products. And I didn't ever say that before. I want to say it took me a year before I would ever admit to someone that the business was changing my life, because I didn't want to look money hungry. And here's what I realized. Every fight my husband and I had, what was it over? It was over money. And every time I couldn't fall asleep at night, I was worrying, how are we going to pay the electric bill? Or if we don't have any more groceries? Money is the root of so many marital issues and anxiety issues. And we have a gift that we need to tell people about. If you've ever seen Rise of the Entrepreneur by Eric Worre, it is one of the best documentaries about our industry. I hated network marketing because I didn't get it. But what I did know is I cared about my reputation, and I thought that it would ruin it. And I was wrong. And I didn't understand that this industry rewards you for doing something I was already doing. I'm sure most of you do, right? You tell people about the best restaurant and exactly what to order when you go to that restaurant, and where you should get your hair cut and who should groom your dog. We all do it. And this is the industry that we need to be able to reward people like us. And so network marketing is something you definitely have to believe in. Okay, so I wrote down a couple notes about why to be on this Zoom. Maybe you're building your tool belt, and that's good. Have something to pull out if someone asks you a question. You think, I've heard this somewhere. Maybe you want to grow in your knowledge base, and that's great. And maybe you want to build your belief in the company or in your team, but just the best thing you could take from it is to overcome fear. Have you guys heard what fear stands for, the acronym? False evidence appearing real. And the other night I was on a coaching call with a dear friend, and I knew when she signed up. Have you ever had someone that signed up and you go, oh, it's over. She's about to take off. This girl is going to just explode the business. And then what you find is they do the opposite. You start to see things about people you love that you didn't know until you start working with them. And I said to her on the call, I said, a year from today, what do you want your life to look like? Tell me what you're driving, where you're living. Tell me about your husband. Tell me about your kids. Tell me about your business. And she started telling me, I really, really want in a year to have a Plexus Lexus. And I'd love to have a new house. And she really just put it all out there. And then I said, well, what do you think could stand in the way of those things? What obstacle can you anticipate stopping you from that vision? And she said, fear. And literally she'll sit at the computer with her finger over the keyboard ready to message someone. And it's as if fear has stopped her. So we self-sabotage. our conscious mind says, I want this opportunity. I'm a diamond in qualification. But our subconscious says, we don't deserve it. We're not going to be as good as somebody else. We're probably going to fail. Nobody will want to buy this from me. And those thoughts steer our choices, steer our Facebook post, steer the words that come out of our mouth, and they interfere with any bit of success we could ever have. And that's why I love Sonia Dudley's mindset coaching. Didn't you just have that, Erin? Or did she come?
No, she came to New Orleans, which is a couple of hours from here, but we're going to be her first one in 2017.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And I was someone that did not believe in saying nice things to themselves. You know why? Because I thought it was pride. I thought talking nice to yourself was focusing too much on me and not thinking about God or other people. And then I started thinking, I'm always saying really mean stuff to myself. Like, oh, that sounded terrible, Jenifer. What, you look terrible in this outfit. Or when I put my makeup on, you don't even know how to put makeup on. Just always talking down to myself. And then I started thinking, well, what's the difference? I'm talking horrible. I might as well just start talking nicely. And it's changed everything. And actually, what's happened for my children has been the best part. Because when they see me doing those things, that's the best duplication in the world, is when you parent in a way that you're proud of, that your children pick up those skills. And I hope that my team's seeing that too. Suzanne will tell you the first 18 months that I was under her, we really never, we didn't talk a ton. And I wouldn't say that she was, would say she was the most amazing, incredible leader. I love her to death. She's a great friend, but she didn't know exactly what it meant to be a leader. And I didn't either. But I think it was Leslie Zan, she started doing a coaching call with her, and I watched before my very eyes this wonderful friend of mine become a powerful leader. And that goes to show you that you're not just born with those leadership skills. She learned them, and she's becoming such a strong leader. And because of that, I feel like I'm becoming a better leader. Gosh, we can make such a difference in someone's life with the products or the business or just the skills that we offer. So it sounds like to me that you guys are really passionate people. The way Erin shares about her team makes me think that you are definitely people of character. I'm excited that you're part of this Plexus journey. I'm excited that you guys want to build a business that our children and our grandchildren will be talking about. I totally anticipate having grandchildren that are Plexus ambassadors. Can you see that, Erin? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes, definitely.
Well, do you want to end with question and answer?
Yeah. Do any of you guys have a question that you would like to ask Jenifer? You can just unmute yourself, or if you're not sure how to do that, just kind of raise your hand and I can unmute you really quickly. Gosh, I could ask 100 questions, but I want to let them do that. Anybody have a question? This is the most talkative group, and now they're being shy.
Okay, I'll ask a question.
Hey, there you go, Roxy.
He's awesome.
Okay, so what would you say on your Plexus journey so far, besides the personal growth and development, what was the biggest obstacle that you overcame, and how did that grow your business when you overcame that obstacle?
Okay, well, I've actually had two obstacles, and one was, and I still struggle with this, is how do I fit this all together? Because I've committed to homeschooling, and I want to be present for my husband, but I want to grow a team, and time management is literally like my least, actually, it's not even a skill. I don't have any of it. So it's something that I struggle with a lot, but I made a decision early on with Plexus that I was going to go all in. We struggled so much financially. I mean, I've been in the shower and the water was turned off and I had shampoo in my hair and had to rinse it out in the neighbor's water hose. That's a true story. So my husband and I committed that I'm going to work this like a crazy person. So I did. And maybe some of you were there and you feel like you're always on the phone, always messaging and always working. That was supposed to be a season in my business, but it ended up becoming the trend. So I had to really take control and start to say, my family matters. These are the hours just for them, no matter what. And my business matters, and this is the hours for my business, no matter what. So that was one thing I had to overcome, and because I was really teaching bad habits to my team, because they were just giving it all, like 90% to their business and 10% to everything else. My other obstacle was basically not thinking that I had anything worthwhile to offer, that I didn't, especially when they asked me to train for the jewels, and I thought, what? Okay, let me think about this. So Sonia Dudley, Sarah Marble, Melissa Eichenhorst, Tamara Hall. I was like, no, I'm not going. There's no way. I have nothing that I can say or offer to anybody. But that's a lie, because I may not be able to say it the way that they do. And maybe Tamara Holloway, I mean, gosh, she's on the leaderboard every single week. But I do have something to offer. And what I have to say is valuable. And if I keep saying that and believing it, I know it'll make a difference. So that's my other obstacle, is not believing I have something to offer.
Well, I'm glad that they talked you into it, or someone talked you into it, because you definitely touched a lot of people at that training.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And I learned a lot. So taking that risk, I learned so much from those other women. And you know what I found is a lot of those other women have done network marketing in the past. And so they kind of knew the language. And so when I started, they said, well, develop your why. And I was like, is that a complete sentence? Like, what are you saying to me right now? Develop your why. What is that? I didn't know. And I didn't know what duplication was. So all that was new. And I think I can honestly say I got to diamond on passion and a prayer. And now the leadership is starting to kick in. And so who knows where the future will take me. I just re-entered. So that's another fear step that I'm
Congrats.
on. Thank you.
Congrats. Does anybody else have a question? We have a couple minutes left.
Did I go longer than 25 minutes?
No, because we didn't even start until about 5 after. And you know, Jenifer, there's a lot of people on our team who will hear this call who have been in that place financially or are in that place right now. And so I love that they can hear your story and know that there's hope, that they can go from having the water cut off to being a Diamond Ambassador if they truly want it. And so that, I love hearing that. I really do. Does anybody else have anything? Is she awesome or what? See why I wanted her on this call? I know how busy you are taking care of your family and a huge team. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time to
of course
talk to us. And to close out, what would you say has been the most surprising thing that you've learned in your time with Plexus? What's been the biggest surprise in all of this so far?
I'll say two things. The first one is that I thought if I ever had money someday, that it worried me about, the love of money. And now I realize I hardly think about money ever. I thought about it all the time when I didn't have it, literally, constantly. I could tell you to the penny what was in our bank account. So it's a good feeling to know that it's not a stressor and that I can give and not even have to worry that if someone has a need, I can give. And I love that feeling. And the other surprising thing is that there is something that really is that good. Most things are too good to be true. Most things, there's a catch and there's some secret little hidden thing that you're not going to find out about. But Plexus really is that good. And I love that the captains of this ship, the executives that kind of pave the way, everything that we do and we duplicate, it didn't start with us. It started with them, that they really believe in one Plexus and they believe in integrity and character and loving people and providing hope. And I just can't imagine being part of a better movement than this one, really.
Amen. I agree. The very fact that someone from another team like yourself is willing to take their time and talk to our team, it's a very special thing. And I'm so grateful to be part of it. So thank you again for taking the time out tonight. Guys, thank you for being on. I know you have a lot of team members that couldn't be on, so I will get this recording up very soon. And Jenifer, you're going to have to come visit with us again one day if you don't mind.
Well, hey, I love it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Bye.